Mexico, Panama, Honduras, El Salvador, and Nicaragua, while Group B will also host United States and other top nations of the League A. Well, the two teams are getting ready to come onto the field to start this tournament. The group stage will take us through from August 2nd all the way to August 7th, knockout stage on the 8th and the 9th, and then the finals on the 9th and the 10th. A record 38 Concacaf nations will be participating in this tournament, with one guest appearance, and that will be from Saudi Arabia. It'll be divided into 3 different leagues, just like the Nations League. Costa Rica will host League A, Aruba League B, and Curacao will host League C. The headlines for Group A, of course, Mexico, Panama, Honduras, El Salvador. Then Group B, United States, Canada, Costa Rica, and Saudi Arabia. The top teams in League B, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Jamaica, Curacao, Bermuda, Trinidad and Tobago, Dominican Republic, and Guatemala. And then League C, Martinique, Grenada, Bahamas, St. Vincent, St. Martin, Turks and Caicos, Suriname, and Anguilla. Well, the teams are making their way out to the midfield. We'll have the national anthems. Then we'll have the starting lineups, and we'll meet today's officials. So we'll have the national anthems of these two teams, La Selecta, El Salvador, and Los Pinoleros, Nicaragua. When we come back after the anthems, we'll have the starting lineups of both sides and meet today's officials for the match.
De pie para escuchar el himno nacional del Salvador, seguido del himno nacional de Nicaragua.
So there you have it, the anthems of El Salvador and Nicaragua. And even though these two teams do not border each other, their national teams absolutely go at it every time they get on the football field. And we expect nothing less today with the U-15s taking on each other in the very first match of this 2025 Boys U-15 Championship in Costa Rica. Well, the starting lineups for La Selecta looks like this. Coach Juan Serrano has picked a very attacking team. His goalkeeper Alvarenga in goal, Quinteros, Rivas, Camacho, Corsios, Robles, Guevara, Diaz, Oriana, Ramirez and Gonzalez will make up that starting 11 with Diaz and Ramirez up top, leading the line. Two captains coming to the middle, Sebastian Camacho and Holman Mendoza from Nicaragua. And today's match officials, Eric De La Cruz, Danny Soho, Tira Wilkinson and Mika Merkine from Guyana. Well, Nicaragua are going to respond in a 5-3-2. Goalkeeper Munoz, left centre-back Toruño, Vargas, Mendoza, Anthony Vargas and Carvajal make up that back line. In the middle, the captain himself, Mendoza with Calderon and Ordinez on his left. And Mikel Mendoza up top, partnering with Manzanares. Well, Nicaragua had an undefeated run in the tournament in 2023 in League B. Got them all the way to the final against St. Lucia, and they defeated St. Lucia by a narrow margin of 2-1, which got them this promotion into League A with the big boys, as they say. El Salvador, on the other hand, did not have the best of runs. They were knocked out in the knockout stage. El Salvador's best finish was finishing third in this tournament, while Nicaragua, the debutants in Ligue A, will try to start off on the front foot. Well, at this young age, if you can remember, it is only nerves for the first 10 minutes of the match. And these young players just raring to go. Number 9 is Josias Oriana, the centre forward for El Salvador. As the players get ready to kick us off for the 2025 Concacaf Boys U-15 Championship. So El Salvador in all blue from left to right, and Nicaragua from right to left. Played short. And Nicaragua, like we mentioned, attacking players littered around this 4-4-2 lineup. Nicaragua win back possession. Here's Mendoza, the captain's first touch. Vargas back into the middle. And even though the lines were broken, El Salvador will win back possession on the far side. El Salvador's throw, actually referee De La Cruz has pointed in the direction of Nicaragua. To the corner flag. Over the byline, El Salvador possession. Well, Nicaragua's opening match in 2023 was against Grenada, a 4-0 win to start off the 2023 tournament. And they do so again today. That was in League B. Free kick in the middle of the park, and referee De La Cruz just having a quick word with the number 4, Fernando Vargas, for Nicaragua. El Salvador, their opening match in 2023 was a 1-0 loss to Jamaica just under a year ago, August 6th. Here's Ramirez just being bundled over by Fernando Vargas. Not taking any chances. It's going to be a throw-in for Nicaragua. That was Alan Corcios. He's for Turin FC in El Salvador. Here's the left wing-back, Anthony Vargas. And this 5-3-2 setup for Nicaragua. Can't come out from the line, back in the middle of the park, and Nicaragua get back control. Here's that very first touch for Oriana, switching sides. One touch and the first effort at goal, and a save by keeper Munoz results in the first corner of the match. Great control by Alex Guevara. And it was an awkward hop for Munoz. Jason Ramirez from NYCFC. So the left-footed Ramirez with an in-swinger towards the penalty spot, over everyone's head, and he goes out for a goal kick for Nicaragua. Well, after Nicaragua's 4-0 win in their opening match against Grenada, they had a 2-2 draw with Suriname. That was the only hiccup of the tournament, and went right back onto their winning ways with a 1-0 win over Martinique to finish up the group stage on top in Group E, League B. Oh, beautiful move. El Salvador is just trying to split the lines, looking for Ramirez. And again, Munoz called into action. Carlos Munoz for the Rianjen FC. With the two center forwards for Nicaragua, they're going to try to go directly to them to get past this press. Jamor switching sides. Early cross. Awkward bounce, and the first touch for Jose Alvarenga from Academia. With 80 degrees at kickoff at 9 a.m. you can expect it's going to be a warm day in Alajuela. These two teams did not have to travel very far to get to Costa Rica. Ramirez gets past the first tackle but couldn't get past the second. Player goes down, free kick for El Salvador. It was Guevara again who had the first shot on goal that won the corner kick. Now picks up a free kick, and we have a player riling on the ground on the far side. It's William Diaz. Diaz is playing that wide left midfield, and that's that lunging tackle, a late tackle. Here's his sliding tackle from Vargas on Ramirez. There was a studs-up challenge that caught the young Diaz. And he's still having a hard time just getting over the pain. Dr. Luis Rodriguez is attending. But in the meantime, El Salvador have a free kick in a dangerous position. And Diaz is on his feet and gingerly limps off. But the magic spray, doing the business for the last 30 years in the sport, is back in action for the first time in the tournament. The left-footed Jason Ramirez sizing one up. The left-footed Corsios is in the vicinity as well. Ramirez straight into the arms of Munoz. The accuracy was there, just lacking the power to find that top right-hand corner. El Salvador did not have the best starts, like we mentioned in the last tournament. The 1-0 loss to Jamaica, and they followed that up with a 4-1 loss to Mexico. And then they beat the visitors Saudi Arabia 4-1. And that result allowed them to creep out of Group A, finishing third behind Mexico and Jamaica. Early long ball. El Salvador tidy up. That was Quinteros. Couldn't keep his footing. Couldn't keep possession as well. Anthony Vargas. Taken quickly. And in the middle of the park is Ramirez coming all the way back. Referee says play on. And now Ramirez is bundled over for another free kick for El Salvador. So far in the opening 10 minutes, Nicaragua have been the aggressors physically, and El Salvador have been more aggressive technically. Over the top. Captain Camacho just directing some traffic, sitting in that centre-back position. You can see the whole field. Touch by Diaz is errant. Nicaragua. Camacho can't keep possession for El Salvador. Here comes Nicaragua. Jamor. And recovering was Alan Corsios, who gives up a throw-in on the far side. 10.5 minutes in. Concacaf Boys U-15 Championship, the 5th edition. League A being played in Costa Rica, in the beautiful town of Alajuela, with the historic side Alajuelense being their home ground. Brought down to the byline, slide tackle. Last touch came off a Nicaraguan player. That was the overlapping run by Carvajal. Excellent move. El Salvador just drifting past the first tackle. Referee says play on. Nicaragua in possession. Just a little bit of daylight for El Salvador now, and cleared away emphatically on the far side for a throw-in for La Selecta. Gianluca Gonzalez, in number 11 for El Salvador. Turning. Gets past one. Can't get past the second. And Nicaragua can't keep possession. Guevara has another shot, and Munoz just parrying it. Here's Guevara's second attempt for the day. His first was a left-footed volley. His second, a right-footed drive. Slip through. And the recovery. Early ball finding the outlet. Jamor dispossessed by Diaz, who's back on his feet and back in the middle of the park. Easy recovery for Munoz. Long ball over the top. Nicaragua get back possession. There's Gonzalez. Ramirez. And Jamor coming back, holding possession for los Pinoleros. Munoz has definitely been the more busier of the two keepers so far in the opening 15 minutes. But you have to say the debutants in Ligue A, Nicaragua, have held their own. Ball over the top. Guevara is onside. Guevara just missing that last post. The ball over the top, completely confuffled. It was an elegant ball by Diaz. Guevara's one-time effort, inches away from an opener. But he's not afraid to shoot the number 7. The 3 attempts by El Salvador have all come through him. Again, that long ball over the top, trying to use those two forwards, and this time it pays off. That was Manzanares who was dispossessed. Thumping clearance. Ramirez is there, so too Gonzalez. Diaz intercepts. Gonzalez. Again looking for Guevara. Referee says play on. Guevara recovers well to the feet of Ramirez. Sliding tackle from Vargas. And there's room on this left-hand side. Exploited by Calderon. Calderon will leave it for Anthony Vargas from Masaya.
Dale, seguro, dale.
Vargas going down the line. Free cross. Excellent recovery, and it's the first corner kick for Nicaragua. Tackle coming from Ronald Quinteros from Turin FC. And you can see the flags in the background, the Concacaf flag, Honduras, Panama, Nicaragua, El Salvador. Again, Quinteros. An effort from way out. Well, they have a shot attempt at least. coming from Axel Calderon. Jose Alvarenga. There's the captain, Camacho. Salvador trying to spread the play just a little bit instead of coming out short. They come out long. Header from Camacho. Jamor lays it off. A chance for Nicaragua. Well, if he gets a chance to see that again, Mikel Mendoza will want more from himself. First real look for Los Pinoleros. And just like Guevara on the other end, couldn't finish. Ramirez. With time now, it's Gonzalez. And his long touch allowed the defender to come in. Still Gonzalez. Early cross to the last post. Guevara into the arms of Munoz. Calderon. Being hounded. And the referee has judged Joseph Robles for the free kick. Number 6 on number 6 crime. There was that cross from Gonzalez. And this was Guevara rising. But Munoz positioning. 5 stars on Yelp. Headed by Camacho. Little flick on from Quinteros. Guevara appeals for the throw-in and wins the argument. Diaz. Osias Oriana with the bandage on his left hand side, on his left hand rather. Commentator's dream. Early cross from Quinteros. Excellent technique with the clearance. Switching sides, finding Calderon. And eventually the left wing back in Vargas. Carvajal over the top. With El Salvador always hovering around the top of Concacaf football. U-15 is no difference. We've had quite a number of players come through this tournament and move on to brighter things. Luis Tobar was a standout in the U-17 in the 2025 qualifiers. Played in this U-15 tournament in the previous editions. There's Ediel Gonzalez, Calderon. Just trying to find the in-running player from that last post. Apologies for Manzanares. Luis Tobar, who played for Alianza U-17, known for his pace and finishing, representing El Salvador in multiple age groups. So too Brandon Ramirez, versatile forward, played for Turin FC. And last but not least, Rafael Hinojosa, midfield engine, played for Houston Dynamo in the U-17 team, also played in this tournament for El Salvador. Long ball over the top, bounced beautifully. And this is Oriana trying to find Gonzalez on the far side. Oriana again. Just seems to be a half second off the pace to number 9. Referee De La Cruz, despite some lunging tackles, has not shown a yellow card as yet. Calderon, again foiled. Jamor. Nicaragua trying to hold back possession in the middle of the park. They do so. Vargas. Disrupted by Guevara. Guevara gets past the tackle and lofts it, looking for Gonzalez on the far side. There is a breeze, you can see that in the background, and the players will enjoy every minute of it. Kickoff time, 9 a.m. in Costa Rica. It's now 9:23. 80 degrees, and that's that breeze we were talking about coming across the ground. Shrugged off, but the referee doesn't like the elbow and the forearm into the chest of number 9 Mendoza. Free kick for Nicaragua. So the opening 2 matches today, right here in Group A, Ligue A. El Salvador versus Nicaragua, and Panama taking on Honduras. 1 p.m. Eastern time. Taken quickly. In the cross, and again El Salvador stops the service, gives up the corner. And Coach Juan Sedano will be clapping on the sidelines for the defensive effort. Mohamed Jamor plays for Inter Miami. To the near post, bouncing, cleared away at the top of the box. Only as far as Calderon. Back to Jamor, intercepted. Gonzalez. Looking to switch sides, looking for Guevara. Cleared away by Calderon. Awkward bounce, Mendoza. Call for the free kick. Ronald Quinteros from Turin FC. Back into the path of Guevara. First touch finding Ramirez. The left-footed Ramirez. Trying to curl it, and excellent punch from Carlos Munoz. Has had 2 saves to make today, the Nicaraguan goalkeeper. This one the most flashiest of the 2. So Guevara and Ramirez, the lefty and the righty. Guevara. Munoz taking care of his 6-yard box. Again, the side foot punt. Perfect. All over the top. And you can see Nicaragua with this 5-3-2 formation will come out wide, use their width with their wing backs, and try to use their 2 forwards to get past any sort of midfield press from El Salvador. Trying to be as direct as possible. Here they come again. Jamor. Mendoza. Out wide and offside on this near side. is Manzanares. Tyra Wilkinson from St. Kitts, the assistant referee on the far side. So coming up after this match, the second match in League A, Group A, the Panama and Honduras. Here's El Salvador. Guevara. Oriana goes down. Vargas out wide. Manzanares. Carvajal trying to switch sides quickly. Oriana is there, bumping off the defender. Referee says play on. And after that altercation, the defender for Nicaragua is slow to get to his feet, and the referee has allowed play to go on. Diaz going towards that corner flag. This kick on the far side, through in for Nicaragua. And after El Salvador had their bumpy ride in the group stage, coming out third behind Mexico and Jamaica in 2023, they were immediately dispatched in the next round against Cuba. They lost by 3-0. Guevara turning into the box now. Guevara, his shot across the face of the goal. And the number 7 has been lively and has been the focal point for El Salvador on this right-hand side. As for Nicaragua, their run to the top continued after the group stage, winning 2 of their first 3 matches, got past Martinique in the second round, off to the semi-finals, where they beat St. Lucia to then go on to win League B and find themselves promoted to League A. Jamor. Javier Carvajal towards the edge of that 18-yard box. Here comes El Salvador looking for a counter-attack. Ball from Ramirez, first touch from Oriana. And brought down calmly by Quinteros, looking to switch sides. Nicaragua. Both teams having a hard time keeping possession, but being direct as possible. Oriana. Guevara, he's onside. Guevara! Saved by Munoz. Oriana's cross goes through everyone, and it's going to be a throw-in on the far side for Nicaragua. With his third real look at goal, Guevara, excellent first touch, but straight to the keeper, it has to be said. And Carlos Munoz, making himself as large as can be, keeps the score at 0-0. But this young man has been so present for El Salvador on the right side of a front three, partnering Oriana and Gonzalez, with Ramirez coming in from behind. Ramirez. Quinteros. Guevara, little back heel, playing with confidence. Swagger, Quinteros drives it, but the lunging tackle coming from Toruño. Left-footed Ramirez coming in on this side, going to supply another in-swinging corner. Guevara is in the vicinity. Guevara to the top of the 6-yard box, falls kindly for Robles. Joseph Robles finds himself with an opportunity just in front of the penalty spot. But his left-footed volley just couldn't keep it down. But again, this very attacking El Salvador team peppering this Nicaraguan side. Guevara, Ramirez cutting inside on that left foot. And referee De La Cruz has adjudged the number 10 for fouling Calderon. Gets past that first tackle. Could have gone over, to his credit. "34 minutes gone. El Salvador nil, Nicaragua nil." Flicked on, looking for Manzanares on that far side. Diaz. Again, the sliding tackle used to perfection. Oscar Rivas plays for Turin FC. And little frustration coming from Rivas and Jamor. You can see the entanglement. Looks like it's going to be a quick talking to by the referee. And looks like the card has been shown. And it's going to be Oscar Rivas. Question is Jamor carded as well for the reaction? Free kick for Nicaragua. Here's Roger Toruño. We are in injury time. And it is Rivas who got the yellow card. Long ball into the 18-yard box. Cleared away. Guevara. Outside of the foot pass. Fortunate interception for Nicaragua from the big centre-back. And referee De La Cruz has pointed to the middle for the first half. Has been in the books for the 2025 Boys U-15 Championship, Concacaf, as El Salvador and Nicaragua cannot be separated after the first 35 minutes. It is 0-0. And this young man, Guevara, has had 3 attempts on goal. 1 has gone wide and 2 foiled by Carlos Munoz. the goalkeeper for Nicaragua. But all is even after the first half. And when we return, we'll have first half highlights and statistics.
Eric. Ready? Eric! 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 Ready? They're off already, right? 2 for 50. Profe. Vamos, Salvador. Vamos. Gracias.
We are back in Alajuela in Costa Rica for the very first match of the boys U-15 championship in Concacaf. And we have two substitutes coming onto the field for Nicaragua. Jeremy Balmaceda has entered the pitch, and so too Alan Espinoza. Nicaragua will kick us underway for the second 35 minutes. Los Pinoleros had one effort on goal. It was Mikel Mendoza who kicked wide. And so far, the goalkeeper Jose Alvarenga for El Salvador has been very quiet as compared to his counterpart Carlos Munoz for Nicaragua. Here's Alvarenga. Jamor. It's going to be a goal kick for El Salvador. In the first half, El Salvador used the wide player Guevara, the number 7, expertly on that right-hand side. They conjured up 3, let's see, big chances through their number 7. Didn't convert. And it leaves us at a 0-0 scoreline after the first half. Happy to be with you here, Ryan Davis, Concacaf U-15 Boys Championship 2025. First match, League A, Group A, El Salvador and Nicaragua. Coming up after this match, Panama and Honduras will take the field. And you can see the breeze picking up, going towards Guevara. So Ramirez and Guevara, who are about to take this corner kick, are going to have to put some mustard behind this delivery. And you can see the trees in the background to give you an idea of what they're going to be going up against. Swung in from Ramirez, headed out by Vargas. Ramirez, another in swinger, headed out. And Nicaragua have a small window of counter-attack, and that was immediately foiled by a cynical tackle from Guevara, who stopped Calderon in his tracks and picked himself up a yellow card. Just a clothesline tackle from the right forward. So he's the second player to be cautioned. It was Rivas from El Salvador who was cautioned in the first half. And now Guevara in the second. Pumped into the box. Headed out by Camacho. Ramirez using his body well. Vargas to the byline. And the ball goes out of play. Looks to be a corner for Nicaragua. As Alan Curcios came across. Taken quickly. Jamor swung in over everyone's head. Not sure if that was confidence or just mistiming. But he went over everyone's head. Goal kick for Alvarenga, taken quickly. So Jeremy Balmaceda coming in for Mikel Mendoza, who had that chance, the best chance for Nicaragua in the first half. And Alan Espinoza for Leonard Manzanares. Munoz, whose distribution was exceptional in the first half. Camacho going back to Alvarenga. Again, El Salvador going direct, trying to find their front three. Cleared away by Rivas. Awkward bounce. And at this point, it's hot potato between these two teams. No one controlling the ball for the last few minutes. This is Owen Alvarado, who has come in the second half as well. So 3 changes for Nicaragua in this second half. trying to improve on their play from the first. And slowly but surely, they're moving up the pitch. Camacho has lofted that one out of Alajuela and over the trees. Alvarado. And referee De La Cruz is pointing to the sideline. Looks like he's instructing a player. It's going to be a goalkeeping change. Alvarenga has departed for El Salvador, and in comes the reserve keeper, Xavier Graham. So the first change for El Salvador has been the goalkeeper, and now their centre forward Oriana is departing. And incoming is number 14, Franco Herrera, from Platense in El Salvador. Alvarado, intercepted. Here comes El Salvador. It's Guevara. He's tumbled over. Referee says play on. To the byline. That was the first touch for Herrera. On that far side, and it's Nicaragua who lose possession. Here's El Salvador. Excellent turn from Guevara. Ramirez. Herrera's shot, actually. And the follow-up coming in from this near side. Turning to the byline. Cleared away by Vargas. And Nicaragua finally come away with it, and they have a counter-attack. It's Calderon spraying it out wide. Jamor's on free on this far side, top of the box shot. Excellent tackle by the skipper Camacho. Jamor. Across the face of the goal, and the first touch for Graham. Not the surest of touches. It popped right back out into the mixer. Guevara again. Sliding tackle from Rivas. Actually, it's Toruño. And you can hear the roar of the crowd on the sidelines. Here's that shot by Jamor. Graham's first save. Player down for Nicaragua. And Balmaceda is having some words with referee De La Cruz. This is Holman Mendoza. There's Mendoza, who started off as a captain. That's that follow through from Camacho. And just letting Holman know which captain is tougher than the other. this Nicaraguan U-15 squad truly rose to the occasion in the 2023 edition, clinching the League B title. Played with grit and flair. And they didn't have one singular person that stood out as they went undefeated. It took a collective effort. And it looks that way again this evening, or this morning rather. Ramirez. The cross. Out of nowhere, he got the cross in. Pops for Herrera. Gonzalez. Still Gonzalez. And the discipline from Nicaragua shows yet again on the defensive side. Nicaragua, Calderon, Jamor, first touch was a heavy one. Sprayed by Robles. Well, referee Juan Serrano has been busy in the second half, bringing in 2 substitutes. A goalkeeper in Graham and Herrera. Push in the back. Referee says he took a second look at it, referee De La Cruz, and decides that Nicaragua has earned themselves a free kick. There's this push in the back coming from Quinteros. 48 minutes gone. Is Salvador 0, Nicaragua 0. And Nicaragua just getting promoted to League A. We'll like nothing better than to come away here with a point. Camacho. Excellently brought down by Ramirez, trying to find Herrera, whose fresh legs is getting separation from his defender. And Guevara went down. It was a perfect opportunity for Herrera to have a play-on opportunity. Here's the tackle coming in from Quinteros, actually from Alvarado. And even though Guevara went down, Herrera picked up the ball, would have been in on goal. But referee De La Cruz from Cuba made up his mind. And the star man for El Salvador in the first half is in an awkward position in the second. So the left-footed Ramirez whips this to the last post. And a futile attempt from El Salvador. But the number 10 has been lively, playing behind the front three of Guevara, Herrera and Gonzalez. Gonzalez just stepping over the number 16 Carvajal. Gonzalez. Ramirez. Onside is Herrera. And again Nicaragua. They consolidate, get behind the ball, stop the service, and have frustrated La Selecta for the better part of 50 minutes. Camacho. Cleared away by Camacho again. With the Concacaf Gold Cup fresh in our minds, we want to talk about some of the stars that have come away from this tournament. As El Salvador win back possession with Ramirez. Gilberto Mora, who played in the 2023 edition for Mexico, featured in the Concacaf Gold Cup, was one of the standout players for Mexico. Played for Mexico's U-15, U-16 and U-17. On this far side is Nicaragua though, with a counter-attack. And this ball goes into the side netting. It was Espinoza, the substitute, who was released on that far side. But ran out of angle, ran out of real estate. Gilberto Mora, the standout player for 2023. Playing for his national team in the Concacaf Gold Cup just a month ago. Then we have Gio Reyna for the US, played in the 2017 edition. And he's now compiled 32 caps for the US. We also have Gianluca Busio, who played also in the 2017 U-15 Championship. And he's now starring for his country's U-19 side. So certainly a pond where the fish come to show their talent. This U-15 tournament. Calderon. Towards Graham, and using his height, but he keeps it in play. And Jamor goes to the byline. Jamor. El Salvador not out of the woods yet. Now they are. Well, Graham was hesitant with that ball from Calderon. He just parried it down, but not to safety. Well, the substitute goalkeeper had a save from, I believe it was Gonzalez, and he went right back into the path for a chance for Nicaragua to score. This time he didn't handle Calderon's delivery, and Jamor almost capitalizing. Again, the ball over the top, and this time flag is up on the far side. Assistant referee Danny Soho from Costa Rica. Also want to mention some of the players that have passed. Josimar Alcocer from Costa Rica, played in the 2022 CONCACAF Men's Under-20 Championship. Now plays for the Costa Rica senior national team. The list continues as El Salvador pump another free kick in Nicaragua's direction. Cleared away by Vargas. Excellent turn by Calderon. Herrera is there, dispossessed by Calderon. Balmacer dispossessed, gets it back. Excellent turn from Jamor, but too much hands and forearms in the direction of Corsios. Expertly brought down. Slipping it through Mendoza. Finding Balmaceda. And the deflection means a corner kick for Nicaragua. We've not been convincing in the last third, Los Pinaleros. But they've asked enough questions to get corners. And maybe one of these set pieces can unlock things in their neck of the woods. So Holman Mendoza, who started as captain and has now given it to Elder Gonzalez, will take this corner kick. Driven low, falls kindly. Again, another corner kick, this time on the far side. Espinoza, the substitute, plays for Real Esteli, who are familiar participants in Concacaf club tournaments. To the near post, headed out. Mendoza goes back outside. Jamor's cross to the last post, where he had three players awaiting his delivery. Well, Mohamed Jamor has been certainly the most direct and instrumental player for Nicaragua for the past 57 minutes. Just couldn't find the last post, where he would have had a golden opportunity to pick out one of his teammates. Another change for La Selecta. Diaz, who was injured in the first half, comes off. And coming in, number 13, Marnique Escalante. And the left wicker, Gianluca Gonzalez, departs. Number 15, Hugo Diaz from Escuela El Sunsal, checks in. Excellent turn. Espinoza, and Graham this time just parries it down. Excellent distribution. This near side, the slide tackle comes in, and Nicaragua get back possession. And Salvador has been kept very quiet in the last 20 minutes. Slipped inside. Herrera. Early ball in. Ramirez. It's bumped. Ramirez. Top of the box. Still Ramirez. And there is Munoz. Vargas. With fatigue now being a factor, the midfield is starting to spread between these two teams, and players are now starting to find more room in the middle of the park. Balmaceda finding Jamor. Still Jamor, skips past one, gets past the second, beautiful play. Still Jamor. And it took a gang of El Salvadorians to stop the number 14 from Nicaragua. Long legs, elegant touch, and is carving out players in the midfield. Carvajal, Jamor. Still Jamor, splits two, gets past a third. Espinosa. Again, the poor first touch allows El Salvador to step in. Now they have a counter-attack of their own. Game starting to open up. Guevara, Herrera. Referee De La Cruz looking at his card as more substitutes are about to be interchanged. Jeremy Balmaceda, who came on in the second half, is going to be replaced. But coming on for El Salvador, Jeffren Ancheta, he checks in. Guevara is coming to the sidelines. His brilliance in the first half could not be matched in the second. And the yellow card, Oscar Rivas, comes off as well. Sebastian Funes comes in. And so too Sergio Mariona. So Coach Juan Serrano has used or exhausted his entire bench. All 7 players have come on, including Xavier Graham, the goalkeeper. Departing Ronald Quinteros, the left back. Number 10, Cesar Morales, has come in for Nicaragua. Plays for Dirianjin. Jamor seems to be everywhere. Just over 6 minutes remaining in this second half, in the first match for the Concacaf Boys U-15 Championship 2025. El Salvador has had the better chances overall, all in the first half. Nicaragua have come alive in the second. They haven't carved out a clear chance, but seems the more interested of the two. Escalante. Ramirez, it's in the back of the net, but the whistle has gone. Looks like a hand was used, and referee De La Cruz was right on top of it. Calderon. Herrera. Ramirez. Calderon recovers. He's diminutive, but his legs churn out miles in the midfield. Alex Calderon. Escalante. Ramirez. Across the face of the goal, the header eventually gathered by Munoz. He's been so lively. Carlos Munoz in the Nicaraguan goal has done everything right for his side. Here's that cross coming in from Ancheta. The header from Javier Carvajal. This was Escalante's ball into Ramirez. The hand was used before the ball was put in the back of the net. Holman Mendoza trying to reverse pass. Escalante. Picked out by Calderon. Here's the substitute Diaz. Still Diaz. Jamor. Well, he's been the star of the show, Jamor, for Nicaragua, but he's also been one of the more physical players on the team. Just completely leveling the captain, Sebastian Camacho. And that is the last play for Jamor. He checks out. And coming in is Alessandro Calero. So a forward for a forward. Just about 3 minutes remaining. Diaz, saved by Munoz. With time, the substitute, Cesar Morales. Espinosa. The back heel, cleverly done. Calderon. Still Calderon, he goes down. Referee points to the corner flag. There was an anxious few seconds for both benches after this challenge by Sebastian Camacho. And that was a lot of contact on the number 6. Alan Espinosa. Poor delivery. It's bouncing around. And the referee calls for a free kick for El Salvador, taken quickly. And the referee has said that one of the players is on the ground. It's Joseph Robles. This is the delivery by Espinosa. Bounces through everyone and hits the hand of the substitute Calero. Another player down for Nicaragua. It's Roger Toruño. We are into the last minute of regular time. These two teams still deadlocked at 0-0.
I got 3. 4. Good.
Winning the free kick is El Salvador, taken quickly. Escalante. El Salvador's throw. Pumped back into the 6-yard box, headed out. Salvador's free kick. A chance to get players into the 18-yard box. And Cheta, who won the free kick, is insisting to take it. The next match, these two teams face 3 minutes of injury time to be added. Nicaragua will take on Panama. And El Salvador takes on Honduras. Corner kick for El Salvador, continuing to knock on the door. Nicaragua will play on Wednesday, August 6th. El Salvador will play on Thursday, August 7th. Cleared away. We are 40 minutes into the 3 minutes of added time. El Salvador desperately trying to get all 3 points. Herrera to the byline. Herrera goes down, and the referee has called for a free kick just outside of the box. But the long-legged Herrera picks up a free kick now for La Selecta in a very dangerous position with just about 60 seconds remaining in injury time. Blue shirts filing into the box. The left-footed Diaz is scouring the 18-yard box. Referee De La Cruz coming across. Anxious times for Nicaragua. 60 seconds remaining. Diaz drives it to the last post and helped on by Toruño, who has helped himself to be selected for the next match with an excellent shift at right centre back today. Kicking with the wind. Lofted to the last post. It falls just past Munoz's first post. And the Nicaraguan goalkeeper will take his time and ensure actually to take it quickly. Nicaragua going for the throat. Pumped back in. Brought down by Toruño. Excellent composure by the centre-back. Looking for Espinosa. Delicate ball. Espinosa. Still Espinosa. Cross. Deflection. Corner kick. Injury time has expired, but referee De La Cruz will not blow it off on a set piece. Toruño has come up from centre-back. So to Holman Mendoza. To the last post. Flicked on by Camacho. Goal kick for El Salvador. And the final whistle has been blown. The first match for the Concacaf Boys U-15 Championship turns out to be a draw between El Salvador and Nicaragua. 0-0 at the end of 70 minutes. A knock-him-out, drag-him-out affair between the two Central Americans leave us at a stalemate. Both teams share a point apiece after the first match. The coaches have exhausted their benches, given everyone a shot. El Salvador had the better of the opportunities in the first half. More of the big chances, as we say. Guevara has been in the hunt for the first 35, couldn't convert. Nicaragua, through Calderon in midfield, carved out more of the interesting chances in the second. They couldn't convert. As a result, the score ends at 0-0 in Alajuela, Costa Rica, after the first match of the boys U-15 2025 CONCACAF Championship. When we come back, we'll have full-time highlights. The very first match of the 2025 CONCACAF Boys U-15. in Alajuela, Costa Rica. Two Central American teams, with Nicaragua being bumped up to League A. In Group A against El Salvador, and it's Guevara. His first touch, a left-footed volley, and Munoz with his first save of many. Ramirez into the arms of the Nicaraguan goalkeeper as El Salvador trying to carve out that first goal. Guevara flashes the ball across the goal for the best chance of the first half for El Salvador. Then Mendoza, an equally good opportunity for Nicaragua. He shoots over. Ramirez, the left-footed Ramirez, cutting back in, and an acrobatic save by Munoz. That was the end of the first half. It was deadlocked at 0-0, with El Salvador having the better of the chances. But Nicaragua resilient in defense. Nicaragua started us off in the second, going from left to right. And Jamor came alive in the second 35. His shot parried away by the substitute keeper Graham. Then Espinoza. His shot finds the side netting. Then Calderon's delivery, an awkward one for Graham, who could only parry it to safety. Then Espinoza, his cross, saved by Graham again. Then coming towards the end, substitute Escalante finds Ramirez, who gets the ball in the back of the net. But it was called back for a handball by the number 10. Then Diaz. Another save by Munoz. Right at the end, Toruño coming up with an excellent defensive header. And at the end of full time, Nicaragua and El Salvador come away with a 0-0 draw to start us off for the Concacaf 2015-2025 Boys U-15 Championship. Nicaragua. Both teams share a point and sit on top of League A, Group A. But these two teams will have something to say in the next 70 minutes as they take the field in the beautiful Alajuela, Costa Rica. The officials taking their positions, getting the teams ready to go. When the teams come on, we'll have the national anthems for both sides. Then we'll meet today's officials, have the starting lineups, and eventually kick off. There are 39 teams coming to this incredible tournament starting from August 2nd all the way to August 10th. It's going to be split up in a Nations League format, in a League A, League B, and a League C. League A will be separated into two different groups. In this group, of course, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Panama, Honduras, Mexico, and Costa Rica.
Por favor, pónganse de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Panamá, seguido del himno nacional de Honduras.
There you have it, the national anthems of Panama and Honduras. Honduras have the title of winning the very first championship in this U-15 tournament, the 2013 championship, the first of its kind. In 2023, the USA are the current winners and the defending champions in this 2025 edition. So the two captains come into the center circle along with the officials. We have Alfredo Maduro for Panama and Steven Ramos for Honduras. Officials for today: Alexi Perry, the Jamaican. He will be the referee in the middle. Edwin Salazar from Costa Rica. Giselle Louison from Barbados. And the fourth official, Luigi Abati from Martinique. Los Canaleros, Panama will come out in a 4-4-2. Abubara in goal, Rivas, Preciado, Ojo and Mendoza at the back. Jordan, Captain Maduro, Tull and Sanchez in midfield. Dylan Sinas and Emmanuel Rodriguez, the two forwards up top. As for Honduras, they're going to come out in a 3-4-3 with Paloma in goal, Ruby, Ramos, the captain, and Castillo at the back. Maridiaga, Sigüenza, Diaz, and Cruz in midfield. Guifaro, Panagas, and Canales, the three up top, to try and get goals for Los Catrachos. So get us underway. Panama in red from left to right. Honduras in white from right to left.
Balón, balón, balón. Espacio, 9, espacio.
Free kick for Honduras in the center circle. Lofted over to that far side. Who can forget Honduras senior national team spirited performance in the Concacaf Gold Cup this summer, got all the way to the semi-final. Panama, with all their skill, absolutely blew through the group stages in the Gold Cup, and many thought they were ousted early. And it's the first touch for Abubara. in the Panamanian goal. Panama's first results in 2023. Taken quickly. Panama playing out to the back, trying to get past this press. And beautifully done by the centre-back. Rushes past 2-3 challenges and a delicate ball to the far side, just past the winger, Alexander Tull. Through in for Honduras, it's Henry Siguenza from Warrior of God FC in Honduras. Excellent turn. And another excellent dribble. It's Benegas. And being shrugged off by his statuesque Gabriel Mendoza, allowing his keeper Isias Abubara. Excellent turn by Benegas. Played inside. Threading through, a chance for Honduras. He shot. Not too far off. And the opening 3 minutes has been all Los Catrachos. That was Said Canales, who plays for FBO. Not too far off, just on top of the 18-yard box. Honduras' first match in 2023, a 2-1 win over Trinidad and Tobago to get their tournament started. And Panama living dangerously, coming out of the back, with Honduras pushing their lines all the way up to try and find an early goal. Siguenza. Mendoza. Aguabara, the goalkeeper, plays for Celta de Vigo in Spain. Ricardo. Again, another turn by Mendoza, who seems so confident with the ball at his feet. Looks more like a centre forward than a centre back for Panama. Jose Preciado from Racing Saria. Mendoza. Almost looking forward to the challenge, Mendoza. Preciado. Sanchez. Here's the captain, Maduro. Sinas. Sanchez. And it's going to be a goal kick for Honduras. Well, Panama's first game in 2023, a 0-0 draw with Guatemala. A slow start. They followed that up with a 3-1 win against Dominican Republic to secure 4 points. Then a 1-0 loss to Canada. The 4 points was enough for Panama to get out of the group. However, they lost to Saudi Arabia in the second round. As for Honduras, a 2-1 win against TNT, then a 0-0 draw against Puerto Rico, a 0-0 draw against Costa Rica that allowed them to come out third in the group. But they were knocked out in the second round as well, eventually losing to Mexico. Free kick for Honduras. There's that challenge. The skipper going down, Ramos. Nelson Castillo lofts this one into the final third. Headed out by Mendoza. Sanchez is there. Brought down. Threading it through beautifully. But coming off his line, Abu Bara. First touch for Palomo, for Honduras, the goalkeeper. Castillo. Excellent find. Switching sides. The last pass just seems to be escaping Honduras. Well, there was a 61% chance of rain today in Alajuela. And if you see into your background, just above the trees, you see the grey clouds forming. Mind you, it's only 10:08, actually 11:08 a.m. in Costa Rica. Switching sides is Mendoza. Preciado. Excellent tackle. Honduras get it back in the center circle, then back to Panama. Guevara will slow things down. Mendoza. And with the constant press from Honduras, Panama have to be at their very best. And the shot coming in from Banegas. And Elias Banega has had 2 attempts on goal so far. Shrugging past the first challenge is Sanchez. A free kick going Panama's way. And they will welcome that as Honduras almost intercepted in the final third. Free kick for Honduras. It was Guifaro who was pulled from Tull. White shirts starting to get into the 18-yard box. We are 10 minutes in. Score 0-0. The game just before this, El Salvador versus Nicaragua, the opening match of the competition, ended in a 0-0 draw. Castillo gets through the wickets and to the byline, onside, across the face of the goal, and Mendoza heroically stops the ball getting to Banegas. It was a clever free kick to begin with. Castillo trying to play it back to the original taker, Guifaro, ends up to the feet of Diaz, but Mendoza's courageous block results in a Guifaro corner. Off it to the near post, to the penalty spot. Out by Panama. Diaz can't keep control. Maduro is onside. Maduro, with the speed at the back, coming from Darwin Cruz, has halted the Panamanian captain. To the corner flag. Referee says play on. And he shot from way outside from guess who? Mendoza, the centre back, marauding forward. Panama's Jean Ruby from Taylor FC. Referee Alexi Perry just having a quick word with the 2 centre backs, Mendoza and the captain, Steven Ramos. Towards the last post and almost stayed in by Ojo, but the keeper, Nelson Palomo, you can hear the cry from the commentary box. Ball played right into his kitchen. There was Ojo right on top of the shoulders of Palomo. So Palomo from Policía Nacional has shrugged off the shoulder injury. Castillo to take the goal kick. It has length right into Abuabara's arms. Impressive kicking power by the left centre-back for Honduras. Maduro out wide. Sinas. Rodriguez. Still Rodriguez. And Palomo's first save of the day. And he slips and falls in all his eagerness. This one sprayed outside. Cruz, top of the box, goes down, and referee Perry, it was right under his nose. Referee saw the collision. Here's this play by Rodriguez, stopping on a dime. And then the shot to the first post, gobbled up by Palomo. So, in pure footballing terms, this is not a penalty, of course, it's a free kick. But you can't ask for a better location. Just left of centre for the right footer. And just enough space to get it up over that wall and to dip. And the man with hands on hips is Henry Siguenza. Siguenza! Oh, what a strike! The first goal of the 2025 Boys U-15 Concacaf Championship comes from Henry Siguenza, and it was an absolute scud. Referee Perry calls for the entanglement or collision, and then Siguenza said, I'll do the rest. Laces, ball, 1-0. No chance for Abuabara. Power, placement, and thankfully the net is there, or somebody behind will be murdered. Honduras 1, Panama 0. We get our first score for the tournament. We've waited quite a while, but it was worth the wait. So Siguenza gets his first. Rodriguez. Panama trying to respond. Brought down. Goal kick for Honduras. Again, getting past that press, Panama. Getting used to the white shirts encroaching. Here they come again. Rodriguez. Trying to find Maduro, but Castillo, his placement was perfect. Game number 2 of the Boys U-15 Concacaf Championship. And Henry Seguinza has opened the scoring with an incredible free kick. Now, Panama trying to respond. Actually, the coach begging for calm at the back. Tranquilo, he cries. And since the goal, Panama in the last 2 minutes have gotten onto the front foot and starting to look very comfortable on the ball. It's amazing how a goal on either end can just open things up for either side. Back out to the left. Tull. Shrugged off, goal kick. Referee says play on. Panama get back possession. Looking for Tull on that far left-hand side. Throw in for Panama. With the elite in this tournament put into Group A, it is separated by 9 teams, 2 groups. And here comes Honduras again. Can they get a second? First time touch to this near side, then back into the middle. Beautiful play by Honduras, and it's 2-0. Said Canales began the move and finished it. Played into his feet, the one-time flick. Excellent run. Ball coming in from Vanegas, and he finished by Said. Vanegas Said Canales, 2-0 Honduras. Well, center forward play at its very best. The link-up play with midfield and the one-time finish. A coach cannot ask for anything more on the attacking end from his number 7. Los Catrachos, after their free kick from Seguenza, endured some pressure from Panama, but then Said Canales has just put Panama now in an even further awkward position.
Venga. Hasta que salga su compañero puedes entrar. Okay.
Panama have brought on a substitute. Number 7, Mauro Ortega, has come in. And so too Nair Marugo, as coach Leonardo Pipino has seen enough after 25 minutes. And with his score at 2-0, has thrown caution to the wind and brought 2 players off the bench to try and make an immediate change. So a drop ball for Panama. You can use any sort of support at this point. Rodriguez, who has come off the forward line and onto this right-hand side. Here's Ortega. So Rodriguez coming to the wide right in a 4-4-2, while Ortega goes to a right forward. There is Rodriguez grabbing his hamstring. Here's Jean Ruby. One back in midfield. And they convert and create a chance. Panama. Tull. Block from the defender was fantastic. It completely protected his goalkeeper. Excellent tracking back by the goal scorer Seguenza. Here is Alexander Tull. Taken short. Lofts it inside. Rivas dispossessed. So Marugo came in for Preciado on the right-hand side at right back. Araba way out of his goal. And Honduras pick it up in the last third. Top of the box, goes down. It was right on the left edge of the 18-yard box. That is his skillful number 10, Guifaro. So we saw what Sigüenza can do with a free kick centrally. This one is certainly staggered off to the right. But the sort of confidence Sigüenza has with his hands on his hips, he may still want to test. Awabara. Left-footed Guifaro and the right-footed Sigüenza. Guifaro. Not quite Sigüenza. Panama, Rodriguez. Back outside. Captain Maduro. Top of the box. Tull. Cross the face of the goal and it's tap in. Panama get one back. Alfredo Maduro shows up at the back door. He started the move on top of the box. Excellent bit of skill. Reverse pass to Tull, who just puts it across the face of the goal. And guess who shows up? The captain himself to tuck it home for 2-1. The most dangerous scoreline in this sport is a 2-goal lead. And Panama has just got one back. And now they have some momentum. Here they come again. Stays on his feet. Rivas. Poor first touch. Rivas again. Turning inside is Sanchez. Trying to find Tull on the outside. Jose Sanchez playing defensive midfield today, plays for Toro FC. Honduras 2, Panama 1. Sigüenza Canal and Said Canales. And then Maduro, the captain, responding. And a little bit of belief has now crept into the Panamanian camp. Tull chipping it forward. Anywhere will do right now for Honduras, only as far as Rodriguez. Still Rodriguez gets past one. Offset to the last post. But the delivery did not match the dribble. "35-minute halves being played in this U-15 tournament. 31.5 minutes gone in this first half. Honduras. Given away, Mendoza. Wants to get it back from Maduro. Pickpocketed. It's Castillo. Gets past one. Given away. Switching sides. Tull. Early cross. Out comes Palomo. Free kick for Honduras. There's Ortega coming in from Tull's cross. Trying to get there before Palomo. Cleared by Castillo. Aruabara. Here comes Panama now. Again, being adventurous, being direct. Trying to bypass the midfield and go straight to the forward line. Rodriguez took his eyes off the ball. Rivas. Sean Ruby is on the sidelines, right in front of Christian Aleza, his coach. Duro plays it inside. There's Jose Sanchez. Excellent tackle on that far side, stopping Tull's cross. Is it Siguenza again? It is. Number 8, just timing his tackle to perfection. Aruabara. Mendoza calmly finds Rodriguez. Okay. Excellent tackle from Honduras. Canales, Venegas. This combination has worked out in the past. Cruz.
Pressure, runners, number 7. Se fue, out.
Maduro takes it quickly. Trying to find Ortega. Here's Castillo. Palomo.
Buena, chicos, buena. Calma.
35 minutes are in the books. We're now into injury time as Honduras nurse a 2-1 lead. Panama get the ball back in the center circle now with room. There goes down. Free kick for Panama. That is the skillful Jacio Jordan. Plays for Plaza Amador. Two minutes of injury time to be added. Tull skips past one to the corner flag. Early cross is a low one. Cleared away by Siguenza. Canales. Important interception by Maduro. Here comes Mendoza. I'm not sure of the conversation Coach Pepino has had, but his defenders have been so confident with the ball at their feet. This is Rivas winning the free kick. They all seem to be supreme ball handlers, most notably Gabriel Mendoza and Rivas. Left-footed Tull. Still Tull. His shot. A dribbler. And that is the end of an exciting first half. Honduras took a 2-goal lead, and then the captain Maduro brought one back to make it 2-1. And this match hangs in the balance going into halftime. Los Catrachos threw this man Siguenza with a superb free kick in the 15th, followed up by an incredible build-up play between Canales and Venegas to make it 2-0, and then the tap-in at the last post by Maduro to make it 2-1. The thinnest of margins separates these two teams. It is Honduras 2, Panama 1. When we come back, we will have halftime highlights.
Damas y caballeros, ha finalizado el primer tiempo con marcador de Panamá 1, Honduras 2.
Una zurda inmortal con experiencia, sedienta ambición de llegar, de cebollita, soñaba jugar un mundial y consagrarse en primera. Tal vez jugando pudiera a su familia ayudar.
So back. Please. Number 2. Number 5.
Dime. Ya te lo calculo. Robot stop, igual. ¿Ah? Pues revisa.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
That's la pera.
Anderson. Hey, ven. El balón. Hey, Messi, estamos acá, cuídate. Cambia al lado. Da la vuelta.
Back in Alajuela, Costa Rica for the second half. Honduras 2, Panama 1. Panama finished the first half with momentum, getting their goal from Maduro, the captain. And they were knocking on the door, looking for an equalizer, and again, some pressure from Honduras. Here they come again, finding their rhythm on that far side. Rodriguez. Rivas. Played short.
Cross.
Castillo. Given away. Rodriguez again. Played inside. First touch coming in. It's from Marugo. So the wind has certainly calmed down in Alajuela. The opening match, there was a lot of breeze for the players to contend with a 9 a.m. kickoff. Things have settled in, but the clouds have made it a overcast sort of climate. Near post, in swinger. Excellent touch by Canales. And now Honduras have some room. Back towards that corner flag. It's Mendoza. Referee says play on, but Darwin Cruz, the left back who is overlapping. And here's the changes. Diego Espinosa has come in for Keila Maradiaga for Honduras. Sequenza. Also coming into the game is Diego Gomez. Here's Panama. And a little bit of daylight for Jordan. Maduro. Excellent tackling in midfield. Well, the conditions being the way they are, cool for the players. They're allowed to run and exert energy. That was a challenge from Ortega. Steven Ramos. Helped on. Oh, dispossessed. Here's Canales. The last person on the field you want to dispossess. And he slips it through. A chance. Excellent save by Arubada. An opportunity for Honduras carved open by Canales. Abu Abada with a fantastic 1v1 save at his near post. Free kick for Panama. Edwin Rodriguez, who started off at centre forward. After Panama quickly went down 2-0, was brought out to the right-hand side. Here he is. Shot from way outside. It was the holding midfielder Joel Sanchez. Free kick for Honduras.
Joel, vení, Alfredo, anda de 5.
So another change for Panama. Number 6, Jose Pierre will check in. And number 14, Joel Sanchez, who had that shot a few seconds ago, comes out. So the diminutive number 10 for Honduras, Guifaro, has come out. Diego Gomez. And right back has come in. Cross comes in. Here's Gomez. Dispossessed. Here's Jordan. Off it to the last post. And somehow couldn't find the power to redirect it. It was a substitute, Jose Pierre, who just came in. And now Honduras have room on the far side. It is Guifaro. Goes down. Panama. Overlapping is Rodriguez. Corner kick for Panama. His second so far in the second half. Continue to push red shirts forward, asking the question of Honduras. Jordan is on top of the penalty spot, so too Mendoza. Again, just agonizingly close to that last post. Mendoza is asking for a corner. Is that replay? Really ball in from Tull, the left footer. It looked like it was helped on by Castillo. Turning inside. Now Panama is back in their defensive shape. Like both of them were towing the line, and Panama came away with the ball. Coming inside, Tull. Intercepted. Gomez. Tull comes back and wins it right back. Sprayed outside. Oh, And the captain, Steven Ramos, wants more of his men. Ojo. Tul wants to get back on that left foot. Rides the first tackle. And wins the throw in on the second. Actually, it's going to be a Honduras throw, much to the chagrin of Tul. Gomez. The high Panamanian line, a chance for Canales. But Mendoza using that quickness, athleticism to get in front of the number 7. Maduro. Honduras press is relentless. Aguabara. Maduro intercepted and trying to catch Abubara off of his line, and that was not too far off. What an attempt by Panama. It would have been an absolutely brilliant equalizer if that ball went in. And Elias Benegas, who set up his second goal, will depart. And coming in is Marlon Cáceres. Again trying to get Abubakar off his line. And who can blame Siguenza for having the attempt? Inside is Jordan. Immediately crowded out in midfield. Wins it back. That is the goal summary. Siguenza opening the scoring. Canales getting number 2. And then Maduro getting one back for Panama. It must be said, the Panamanians are starting to look very comfortable on the ball. Alfred Perry allowing a lot of physicality to go on. And that helps out Honduras. Coming out of his goal is Palomo. That high line, the awkward bounce from the long kick though, and Mendoza, his supreme balance and athleticism, just nods it back nonchalantly to Aguabara. Inside. Panama just slowing things down as Honduras retreat. Constant reassurance by Leonardo Pipino and Christian Aleza, the two coaches. Cáceres' first touch.
Pierre, quédate por ahí, Pierre. Casio, Alfredo, no estiren tanto. Ahí. Avanzá, avanzá, Gaby. Bien. Bien. Pierre, aparece. Pierre.
Slowing things down.
Vamos avanzando, acá, acá.
Pierre,
Bueno,
muévete.
Pierre.
Pierre, muévete.
Arquero.
Arquero. Achicamos, achicamos.
Out of his goal is Aguabara.
Bien, aguantala, aguantala que te
Ojo,
van.
it's
Aguantala
Tul.
que te van. Bien, Anderson, dale, Anderson.
Ojo gets a touch.
Buena.
And he gets out of trouble. If he says play on.
Acá, acá. Dale, tranquilo, mira, fuera, Casio, fuera, fuera, fuera.
Back to Tul. Over the top.
Apretalo, apretalo. Bien.
Out by Castillo. Jordan. Tul. Jordan again.
Juegue, juegue.
Gets past the first. Excellent bit of defending by Sigüenza.
Sigo, anda, sigo metiendo más adelante. Necesitamos más el balón. Bien,
Ojo.
Gaby, estira un poquito. Dale. Bien, avanzá.
Mendoza, who has the ability to dribble and take players on, and being too nonchalant,
Tranquilo.
almost got himself in trouble.
Bien, Gaby. Tranquilo, Gabo. Gabo. Eso, Mauro. Bien. Buena, Mauro.
Excellent turn. This is Ortega. We're in the 50th minute in the second match of the Concacaf Boys U-15 Championship. First match, El Salvador and Nicaragua finished at a stalemate at 0-0. Here Honduras is holding on to a 2-1 lead. Just about 20 minutes to go. This was the slide tackle by Castillo on Ortega. And Castillo got the worst of it.
Yeah, it's out. He's saying it's out. There you go. Behind.
And referee Perry has allowed Castillo to stay off the field. Now Rivas will attempt a long throw. And he wins a corner kick. Taken quickly.
Left.
Lofted in again. Palomo keeps it in play after deflection. One back by Panama. Palomo off his line again. Slips with his distribution and he's away from his goal, and Maduro trying to catch Palomo off of his line, and he may have injured himself.
The other side. There.
Nelson Palomo, who slipped when he was trying to punt the ball. It landed at the captain Maduro, who scored already in this match, looking for his second. And looks like Palomo did not know where his goal was and just threw himself at the ball.
No sale. Alexi.
So as we go back into tournaments past, speaking about players that have come through, there are two players from Honduras that have stood out after competing in the 2015 edition of this championship. Jorge Alvarez established himself as one of Honduras' top players. He's now with the senior national team, plays midfield, has 36 matches under his belt, scoring 2 goals and providing 6 assists for the senior team. And then Luis Vega, midfielder, that name may ring a bell, played for Honduras in the 2017 U-15 championship. Following that, he played 25 matches for the national senior side, scoring once. He's now tallied 25 caps, Vega, and participated in the 2023 and 25 Gold Cups for his nation. So Palomo is back on his feet. Panama still searching for an equalizer. And the foot race is on. He's into the box now. Top of the penalty spot, Canales! Well, you'd have lost your house if you put a bet that he would have finished this. I would have. Put on a platter just before the penalty spot and raised his head up too soon. You can feel the eye roll of his coach from here. Tull. Ojo with space. The header. Maduro coming all the way up from midfield.
Hey, Reggie, atento con la pelota larga.
Flicked on and into the path. Abu Abara is out of his goal. Jordan switching sides. Rodriguez immediately gets reinforcements on that far side to contain Rodriguez. Ojo. Jordan. Sequenza. Ramos. Excellent interplay in the midfield.
Arquero. Reggie, más bajo. Va. Bien.
Panama trying to play past this press. We've seen it over and over in the first half. Excellent interception, and the press has paid off. Diaz.
Ahora. Bien, Marru, bien. Dobla Méndez. Ahora vení con él.
Turning, Seguinza. Shrugs past one, Seguinza at the far post. It was one of those half shot, half pass, two-minded action. Seguinza just put it towards that last post with venom. And he couldn't find the on-rushing Said Canales. Gets past one. Gets past another. Slipping it through. A chance for Honduras. Again, Abu Bara with the save. And coming all the way back is the substitute himself, Marugo. And Ojo wins the free kick. Well, what a chance for Honduras to go 3-1 up. Will that come back to haunt them? Oodles of time. Abu Abara with the 1v1 save. And Marugo protecting his line. Tull to the byline, still Tull. And reinforcements arrive with Ramos. With Gomez, rather. We're under 15 minutes to go in this second half. Honduras 2, Panama 1. In swinger. It does not swing. Goes all the way out to the left edge of the penalty box. Rodriguez. Mendoza. Swung in from Pierre. Pierre, beautifully done. Still Pierre, another roly-poly. Then finds Jordan, who lays it off for Ojo. It's Tull. Tull's shot. Well, that has to be the build-up of the day so far. Starting with Pierre in midfield. And on it went all the way to Tull, whose shot in the end was tame.
Tranquilo, en el medio, estamos parados. Mueve la pelota. Ahí te van, Alfredo. Te van, toca. Buena. Pasale.
Here's that build up again into Jordan. One time pass to Hull on his left foot, faked it with his right foot, his weaker right foot. Couldn't deliver the pace that he needed. Abu Abara. Free kick for Panama.
Alexi.
The next time Panama will take the field, they will play up against Nicaragua on Wednesday, August 6th at 9 a.m. And then
Emma, ahora jugar al alto atacando.
Sorry.
Actually, Panama plays El Salvador tomorrow, Sunday, August 3rd. Nicaragua plays Mexico tomorrow as well against Mexico. Honduras, their next game is against Nicaragua on Tuesday, August 5th. While El Salvador will play their third game against Mexico on Tuesday, August 5th. Coming off the field is Ojo. And back on is Josue Garces. Coming off is Rivas. And coming on is number 11, Steven Moreno, who plays for Sporting San Miguelito. Tol. Natural left foot providing width. First touch for the substitute, Cáceres. Just blowing through the midfield, and a chance for Canales. Goes up against Mendoza, who's as steady as a rock. Still Canales. Seguenza, 2 goal scorers. Handball. Actually, ball is out of play. Cáceres. Just under 10 minutes to go now. Panama still searching for that equalizer. Game has been end to end from the first whistle. Both teams pressing high, exposing room in midfield for players to run into. Rodriguez's cross. Tol. And a kick for Panama.
Let's close. Good as we are now. Come on.
1-1,
Cross faster to the other side. Cross faster.
Tol's delivery. Header by Maduro. And the follow-up by Maduro.
Come.
Out by Gomez. And now Honduras have a window. And a beautiful ball by Seguenza. It is Cáceres. And his shots off balance and wide.
Bien, ahora jugamos, dale. Va, buena. Vení, avanzá.
So just to complete the substitutions, Ojo came off, Garces came on. And Steven Moreno comes on first. Reggie Rivas.
Vamos arriba. Atento, Gaby. Emma, marca bien.
So the overcast skies have moved on. Out comes his son in Alajuela. Cáceres bumps into Mendoza. Now the players have to deal with some warm temperatures for the last 7.5, 8 minutes.
Bien, toca. Bien. Dale, Stephen, dale. Vamos con Marrugo. Ahora con Garcés, rápido. Bien, ahora venía al medio uno.
Garces. Falls nicely for the takeout. Couldn't control. It's Castillo, who's been steady at that left back position. Let's see Perry has let a lot go in midfield. As they make another change, Samuel Villanueva has come in. Jordan taking on 3 white shirts and still comes away. Rodriguez 1v1. Still Rodriguez into the box. He's ushered out of play superbly. And that is the end of Sigüenza's evening. Opened the scoring in the 15th minute. Not only for this game, but for the tournament. With a stunning drive from a free kick from 23 to 24 yards out. Abuabara.
Avanza, 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 vení Casio, vení Casio. Bueno, ahora pensá el pase.
Gassis. Tull. Still Tull. Top of the 6-yard box, only as far as Garces. Offside is Tull.
Good. 5 minutes, let's finish.
So the beginning of this game, El Salvador and Nicaragua, after their draw, sat on top of Group A. If things stay the way they are for the next 5 minutes, Honduras will leapfrog those two teams and go to the top of Group A.
Bien, Emma, de nosotros, dale. Agrandá, Gaby, agrandá y pedí la voz.
Honduras, of course, as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, the very first winners of this tournament, all the way back to 2013.
Ahora presiono, presiono ahí, ahí cerquita. Emanuel,
Free kick for Honduras.
dale la vuelta.
Lofty into the box. Abuabara in 2 minds. Helped on by Maduro perfectly. Intercepted by Castillo. Right to Rodriguez. Is quick on that line. Still Rodriguez. He's into the box now. And a heavy touch. And now the big centre back. Gomez.
High pressure, high pressure.
Ramos pickpocketed. And almost a chance for Maduro. Rodriguez! Size go around the ground.
Control time.
What a chance for Panama to equalize.
Arriba, solo. Bien. Dale, Garcés, que la gana. Bien, Gaby. Dale,
Garcés.
dale, Garcés, dale que está de espalda, dale. Ahora toco. Giro, estoy solo.
Cruz.
Estamos solo. Bueno, pasale, Alfredo, pasale.
Es Moreno.
Bien, tranquilo. Jugá. Falta gente en el medio, están muy separados.
Intercepted. Honduras now. It's Cáceres. Aguabara comes off his line to tidy up. Mendoza has hit the deck. He's complaining that Canales was too physical. There's his shirt pull. First off, that's a yellow card. It brought Canales. That's Canales' reaction after referee Perry completely missed the shirt pull. Tull. Well, we're now into just over a minute and a half of regular time. Panama, desperate to find an equalizer. Jordan. Gomez in his hip pocket. And Panama win a free kick through Gabriel Mendoza. Just screening off Canales. So they've brought on a centre forward, Honduras. Remember, your forward is your first defender. It's Justin Castillo. Garces.
Abandona el terreno de juego el número 7, Said Canales, e ingresa con el número 9, Justin Castillo.
Garces. Top of the box, it's Jordan. Still Jordan. And Palomo just holds his ground and will take as much time as he can to try and see this game out. Jordan made room for himself. A left-footed drive right down the middle of Broadway. Offside is Ortega. Two minutes of injury time to be added. And Panama, by the look of things, need just a little bit more than that, as this Honduras team has been stubborn after taking a 2-1 lead, a 2-0 lead, and giving up one goal, then sort of shutting things down. There's those 2 minutes of injury time to be added. Rodriguez, who's playing right back with Moreno on the ball now, playing ahead of him. More seconds ticking off the clock. Cáceres holds off the challenge. And he drive, saved by Abu Abara. It was low backlift. And Abu Abara was alive to it. Played down towards the line. A chance for Panama. Coming across is who else but Castillo. Taken quickly, crossed. Tull is there, over everyone's head. Palomo wants it. Tull comes all the way back. Garces. Last chance for Panama. Tull. They're queuing up for the cross. To the last post. And somehow it stays out. Jason Jordan at the back post, yawning, and couldn't direct the cross into the back of the net. What an opportunity. No one could believe it. And Panama will be kicking themselves if referee Perry blows it off. Abu Abara doesn't have much time left. Marugo, his shoe goes flying. And a head injury for referee Perry to contend with. And there's that shoe that belongs to number 16, Nair Marugo. Meanwhile, Honduras will allow seconds to go off the clock. Diego Espinoza riling in pain, but here comes the stretcher. So the stretcher is out, and that usually does the trick for players. No, it looks like it's going to be Espinosa will be carted off. Valuable seconds ticking off the clock, and referee Perry, it all falls on his shoulders. How many more seconds he wants to add on. Panama cannot complain with 2 minutes of injury time added and 1:45 gone. The number 10 Jordan somehow missed a sitter of a header on the doorstep of the goal to tie this game up. All eyes on the referee at this point. We're 4.5 minutes in of the 2 minutes of injury time. Taken short. Mendoza. Risky pass. And down to the corner flag they go. This may be the last play of the game. Honduras trying to make it 3. Cáceres into the box. Still Cáceres. And Abu Abara comes away with it. Towards the corner flag. Cleared away by the captain Ramos. And that is the end of full time. Honduras sees off Panama by 2-1. An exciting affair. Both teams pressing high, leaving room for one another. And the goals that were scored were absolutely delightful from both sides. A thrilling affair for the second match in the Concacaf U-15 Boys Championship. Finishes Honduras 2, Panama 1. Sigüenza opens it up in the 15th. Canales in the 23rd. Maduro dragged one back. This game was two prize fighters throwing haymakers at each other. And Jordan, right at the end, the number 10 for Panama, somehow didn't convert. And Honduras take home the spoils. When we come back to Alajuela, we will have full-time highlights as Group A, League A. The two matches that kicked us off have both been wrapped up. We'll take a look at the standings and those highlights. Game number 2, match day 1, Concacaf U-15 Boys Championship 2025. Panama in red, Honduras in white. And Los Catrachos were the first ones asking the questions. Diaz to the byline and Mendoza with the block. Then, Sigüenza, a screamer to open the scoring of the tournament and open the scoring in this match. Then followed up with a delicate finish by Canales to give Honduras a 2-0 lead in the first half. The service by Banegas and the finish by Canales. Then Panama tried to respond. The cross comes in. Back post by Tull. Saved by Palomo. The follow-up by Rodriguez. Saved by Palomo. And the score stays at 0-0. Then Jordan lays it outside to Tull, across the face of the goal, and Captain Fantastic shows up at the back door to bring his team back at 2-1. Alfredo Maduro gets his first for the tournament. Toes cross again. This time Palomo's handles. Tull coming inside, his shot now directly to the keeper. At the end of the first 35 minutes, it is 2-1 Honduras at the end of the first half. Beginning of the second. To the last post, and somehow not stayed in by the substitute Pierre. Another cross at the back post, and Mendoza doesn't get on the end of it. Then Cáceres, he could put the game away, but Abu Abara, steady save, and Marugo protects his line. Then on the other end, Jordan to Tull on the right foot directly to Palomo. Golden opportunity for Panama. Squandered. The corner kick, the header by Maduro, the follow-up by Maduro. Can't find the goal, it stays 2-1. Then Jordan, left-footed drive. Honduras trying to finish this game. Abu Abara handles a tough attempt. Then Tull's cross to the back post, and Jordan, the number 10, coming in the dying seconds, somehow doesn't equalize, and Honduras hold on to win this match by 2-1 and take all 3 points to start their campaign. A slugfest in Alajuela, and Los Catrachos defeat Los Canaleros. So at the end of a very exciting day one in the Concacaf U-15 Championship, we saw El Salvador, Nicaragua finish at a 0-0 draw, and then Honduras pipping Panama by 2-1 to go to the top of League A in Group A at the end of the first day. Absolutely thrilling affair, 2 fantastic matches in Alajuela, and that brings us to the end of our coverage.
Se siente, la calle repleta, mi barrio y mi gente, la receta perfecta.